The invitation arrived on a Tuesday, which was odd because Tuesdays were supposed to be boring. Captain Aisha Rahman of the United Earth ship Daedalus stared at the holographic missive floating above her ready room desk. The seal was unmistakable, a spiral of 63 stars, the emblem of the galactic concordance. The message was in flawless English, which was even odder. To the sovereign entity known as humanity, you are cordially summoned to the 1247th Interstellar Summit on neutral station Elisara. Agenda: permanent cessation of the Velari border incursions, arrival window, 14.7 standard cycles, weapons, prohibited, delegation size, not to exceed 12 biological units. Failure to attend will be interpreted as tacit endorsement of continued hostilities. Aisha rubbed her temples. The Velari had been probing Sol's outer colonies for 3 years. Hit-and-run raids that left asteroid miners vaporized and insurance premiums through the roof. Earth had responded with diplomacy, then sanctions, then a single destroyer that turned a Velari cruiser into glittering confetti. The Concordance had stayed neutral until now. 12 people, she muttered. They want us to send 12 people to end a war. Her XO, Commander Raj Patel, leaned in the doorway. Technically, they want us to prevent a war. The Velari are the ones who started it. Semantics. Aisha flicked the hologram. Who do we bring? Raj ticked off fingers. You, me, Ambassador Lee for diplomacy, Dr. Okonkwo for xenobiology, 4 Marines for optics, and 1 civilian, Aisha finished. They'll want a cultural attaché, someone who screams peaceful. Raj grinned. I vote for the loudest pacifist we have. They chose Dr. Mei Zhao, a botanist famous for hugging redwoods on live television and once chaining herself to a fusion reactor to protest carbon chauvinism. She arrived on the Daedalus wearing a shirt that read, "Plants are people too," in glowing letters. The delegation was 12 strong. They left Seoul with a single frigate escort and a holdful of olive branches, literal ones grown in hydroponics, because May insisted. Neutral station Elisara orbited a dead star like a jeweled crown. 63 species maintained embassies here, their architecture layered in concentric rings, crystalline spires for the photosynthetic Lyrians, methane clouds for the gas giant Keth, subterranean warrens for the silicon-based Dravox. The human shuttle docked at Ring 42, Bay 7. The bay doors irised open with a sigh of recycled air. Aisha stepped out first. She wore her dress blacks, metals polished to mirrors. Behind her, the delegation fanned out. Raj in crisp navy, Ambassador Lee in a charcoal suit, Dr. Okonkwo adjusting her translator earpiece. The Marines in ceremonial armor that still looked like it could stop a railgun slug. May carried a potted olive tree like a trophy. The welcoming committee froze. There were 3 aliens, a tall, feathered Velari diplomat named Kriskal, flanked by 2 Lyrian aides whose fronds wilted at the sight of the humans. Kriskal's beak clicked once, a sound Aisha's translator rendered as, "Greetings," Aisha said, offering the traditional concordance salute, right hand over heart, palm forward. "We come in peace." Kriskal's feathers puffed. The Lyrians took 1 synchronized step backward. May thrust the olive tree forward. "Gift from Earth! It's a symbol of—" The pot slipped. It shattered on the deck. Soil exploded across polished obsidian. A single olive rolled to Kriskal's talon. Silence. Then the alarms began. Red strobes bathed the bay. A melodic voice announced in 63 languages, Contamination Protocol Delta. Biological hazard detected. Evacuate ring 42. Aisha raised both hands. It's dirt! Just dirt! Dr. Okonkwo knelt, scooping soil into a sample vial. Terrestrial loam, high in nitrogen, trace mycorrhizae, perfectly harmless unless you're allergic to life. The Marines formed a loose perimeter, rifles slung but fingers near triggers. Their visors reflected the strobes like demon eyes. Kreeskal's translator finally caught up. You? Weaponized vegetation? No, May squeaked. It's a peace offering. The ancient Greeks. Greeks, Kreeskal repeated. The word tasted foreign. Your species has multiple militaristic subclades? Ambassador Lee stepped forward, smooth as silk. A historical reference only. Captain Rahman, perhaps we should... Illyrian aide fainted. Its fronds curled like burnt paper. The bay doors sealed. Quarantine fields shimmered into existence. Raj muttered, well, that escalated. They were herded into a transparent dome overlooking the dead star. Gravity was 0.8 g, close enough to Earth's to feel nostalgic, light enough that the Marines' boots barely clicked. A hollow screen flickered. The Concordance moderator appeared, a genderless, ageless figure of shifting light named Interface 9. Human delegation, it intoned. You have violated biosecurity protocols. Explain, Aisha exhaled. We dropped a plant. That's it? The plant contained organic particulates, Interface 9 said. 62 species register soil as a Class 4 pathogen vector. May's eyes widened. You're afraid of dirt? Many civilizations evolved in sterile environments, Dr. Okonkwo supplied. Vacuum, gas giants, crystal lattices. Soil is exotic. Exotic, Kreeskal hissed from the far side of the dome, is how your kind describes antimatter bombs. Raj leaned toward Aisha. They think we're walking bioweapons. The moderator's light pulsed. The summit is postponed until decontamination. You will remain here. The screen winked out. May sat on the floor, cradling the broken pot. I just wanted to give them a tree. Hours passed. The delegation played cards. The Marines taught May how to shuffle one-handed. Ambassador Lee drafted 17 versions of an apology. Then the dome's far wall turned transparent. Beyond it, an observation gallery packed with aliens. Aisha stood. Audience? Raj peered through. Looks like the whole concordance. Word travels fast, Interface 9 reappeared. To expedite trust building, you will participate in a cultural exchange. Demonstrate a nonviolent human custom, Aisha glanced at her team. Ideas? May raised a hand. Music? Dr. Okonkwo nodded. Universally disarming, low-threat profile. The Marines produced a small speaker from a kit. Raj cued a playlist. The first notes of Beethoven's Ode to Joy filled the dome. Aliens pressed closer to the glass. Lyrian fronds uncurled. A Keth cloud swirled into a perfect sphere. Approval, maybe. Even Kreeskal's feathers smoothed. Then the song hit the choral section. 12 human voices, raw, untrained, loud, joined in. The Marines' belted baritone. May's soprano cracked on the high notes. Aisha's alto carried like a war horn. The glass vibrated. In the gallery, a Dravox delegate shattered, literally. Its silicon lattice cracked along stress lines, collapsing into glittering sand. The music stopped. Interface 9's light stuttered. Your vocal emissions exceed 140 decibels. Structural damage reported in 3 sectors. Aisha winced. We were singing. Define singing, the moderator demanded. The gallery emptied in a panic. Emergency drones sprayed quickset resin over the Dravox remains. Kreeskal's voice crackled over the dome's speakers. You weaponize sound now? It's art, May protested. Art that pulverizes geology, Raj muttered. Ambassador Lee pinched the bridge of his nose. Perhaps something quieter. They tried haiku. Dr. Okonkwo recited, cherry blossoms fall silent on the garden path. Peace in every petal, the translator rendered it as poetry detected, potential coded threat. A Lyrian delegate photosynthesized itself into a coma. Day 2 of quarantine. The delegation was down to protein bars and recycled water. The Marines, Sergeant First Class Lena Ivanov, Corporal Jamal Washington, and Privates Chen and O'Malley grew restless. They started calisthenics, push-ups, sit-ups, one-arm handstands. The observation gallery refilled. Aliens watched, fascinated. Jamal balanced on one hand, boots in the air. Spot me, Chen. Chen lay beneath him, counting reps. 58, 59. A Keth delegates cloud condensed into a perfect icosahedron, mathematical awe. Then Lena decided to demonstrate a knife hand strike on a training dummy. The dummy was foam. The strike was not. The dummy exploded. Foam snow filled the dome. Interface 9 materialized in a burst of static. You have detonated an object. It's foam, Lena said. For kids' parties. The gallery erupted in chaos. A Velari envoy fainted, beak foaming. Quarantine extended indefinitely. May tried to explain parties. We fill rooms with colored gas and hit things until candy falls out. The translator rendered this as ritual combat involving explosive confectionery. Dr. Okonkwo face-palmed. Aisha gathered her team. New rule, no demonstrations without my approval. Raj raised an eyebrow. Define demonstration. Anything that ends with aliens fainting. On day 4, Interface 9 offered a compromise. One human may address the summit, unarmed, no plants, no sound above 80 decibels. No, Foam Aisha volunteered. She entered the grand chamber alone. The room was a sphere, gravity radiating from the center. Delegates floated in their native atmospheres, tethered by mag fields. Aisha's boots locked to a central platform. She wore a simple jumpsuit. No medals. She began, we are new to your stars. 3 centuries ago, we were killing each other over. The Velari withdrew from human space. Borders were redrawn, trade routes opened. The Concordance offered humanity a seat. Provisional, observed, but a seat. On the dataless ride home, May planted a new olive tree in the hydroponics bay. Raj toasted with recycled coffee. To scaring the galaxy into peace. Aisha watched the stars. Next time, we bring earplugs. Centuries later, xenoanthropologists would study the Elisara incident. They would conclude, the humans did not conquer with weapons. They conquered with enthusiasm. And the galaxy, terrified of joy, surrendered.